If your ADHD child melts down when it's time to get off video games, it's not because they're addicted. It's because their brain has a hard time anticipating upcoming transitions, shifting attention, and sensing the passage of time, especially when they're hyper-focused on something they enjoy. This all has to do with executive functioning. So when it's time to stop, their brain isn't ready to shift. Timers don't solve that. They just show how much time is left. They don't help your child feel time or get ready to stop. And for a lot of ADHD kids, screens make emotional regulation harder. So you have a brain that can't anticipate an upcoming transition, has lagging flexibility, and doesn't sense time accurately. Of course, it turns into a power struggle. The most common thing I see parents post about in ADHD parent Facebook groups is their child's difficulty getting off screens without a blow-up. And the advice they usually get is well-meaning: give them 5-minute warnings, use a timer, try the red countdown clock. But those aren't strategies, they're reminders. They don't teach anything. A strategy is something that helps a child learn to manage something on their own so they can feel successful. Because real self-confidence doesn't come from praise, it comes from kids recognizing their abilities within themselves and recognizing how capable they are. What I teach parents is to start making screen time something that's earned, not expected. I teach families how to set clear, age-appropriate expectations kids can meet to earn it, like helping around the house, cooperating, and treating family members respectfully. Screen time should not be an entitlement in your home, it's a privilege. So instead of relying on threats to take it away, it becomes, this is something you earn by meeting expectations. That removes the emotion and teaches accountability. Next, kids need to see the transition coming. That's where the clock strategy comes in. It's not a timer, it's a visual cue that shows when it's time to start wrapping up and when it's time to stop. It makes time and an upcoming transition visual for the ADHD brain, and it's one of the most effective tools I teach. So we stop using reminders, no more 10 more minutes or 5-minute warning, time to get off now. To your child's brain, hearing that, it's just background noise. Reminders don't teach responsibility, they keep you managing what they need to learn to manage themselves. And if they choose not to get off, skip the threats. Remind them of the expectation. If needed, turn off the internet. I recommend using a wireless router that lets you pause access from your phone, and if the behavior escalates, you don't go at it alone. That's when we bring in supporters, people your child respects. I teach how to do this inside the ADHD Dude parent behavior training programs. Supporters are there to offer their support when your child is struggling and to let your child know that they're aware of their emotional dysregulation or poor treatment of family members. They are never there to scold or lecture your child. They are just there to offer their support. And finally, use what I call purposeful recognition and praise. Acknowledge when your child gets off without a fight. You can say something like, I appreciate you shutting it off when you were supposed to. That kind of purposeful recognition helps build consistency. This strategy I teach takes the emotion out of this. It gives you structure and it helps your child feel more successful. So if you are constantly nagging or getting into arguments about screen time or dealing with blowups, you don't have to keep repeating the same cycle. Inside the membership, I'll walk you through how to put this in place step by step. Learn more at ADHDdude.com. Thanks for watching.